Wise Gang, what's going on? So today is a new day, and I am so thankful that I am here to be able to talk to you guys, to be able to be here for my family and my friends. So, of course, I have to give thanks to the Most High. But let's get this vlog started. So today we're going to be talking about the differences between dating an American and Jamaican. Even though I am married, I have been married for years, but just kind of giving you guys the compare and contrast of the two, and then also just just talking about just the Jamaican culture because some of you guys may not know I am fully American, born and raised in Pennsylvania. Didn't know anything about the Jamaican culture or anything like that. So when I met Andre, my eyes were open to like a different world. So first, let's talk about dating. So when I was young, I honestly didn't have many boyfriends to really base myself off of what I like in a man. Honestly, I was pretty young when I met Andre, but when we met each other, for some reason I couldn't get him out my head. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. And it just kind of like once we met each other, everything just kind of happened so fast. Next thing I know, we're married, we have a baby on the way. But going back, when I did date American guys, let me see if there's really a difference. Because to me, a guy is a guy. No matter where they're from, yeah, they're going to have different tendencies, but at the most, they're still a guy. But of course, I could say maybe music, me and another American person will have more in common just because we know the music that's around us. We can say, oh, this old school song. So, yeah, of course, we have that in common. Just, environmental things because we're born or raised in the same area. So, of course, we have things in common. Now, with a Jamaican or just with my husband in particular, when we first met each other, we didn't know each other. We didn't know each other from a can of paint, so it was very different. And I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm pretty shy. So when I first meet someone, I'm not just like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm more, reserved, and especially when I was younger, definitely more reserved. Just kept to myself, and just kind of kept my head down and just did what I had to do. So when I met Andre, the first thing he tells me is, I have pretty eyes, look at my eyes. And like literally was showing me his light brown eyes. And in my head, I'm like, okay, and because me, I'm not that type of person, but that's kind of how he displayed himself to me. But at the same time, I was like, this guy better get my face. But at the same time, I'm like, he cute, he cute. I got to play hard to get. So in the beginning, we did clash because it's almost as if we were both fighting to kind of stay away from another, but at the same time we were always thinking about each other and kind of wanting to be near each other all the time. So yeah, so that was just in the beginning. And then as time moved on, because we met in college and we had a girl's apartment and a guy's apartment, then once me and Andre started dating, I basically moved over there. So I was living with him and maybe like 4 or 5 other roommates. But for some reason, it just felt natural. It just felt like I felt protected being near him. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go move with my man. So I moved over there. We were living together for a while. And then eventually he ended up going to college to a D1. And I still had to stay in St. Louis. But I was pregnant with Akira. So when that semester was over, I moved to Kentucky. And from there it just took off. Our relationship, our friendship, we ended up getting married in Kentucky, and it is what it is from there. So as far as being with a Jamaican, like I said, my eyes were open wide when it came to being with someone that's not from America. So like I said, as far as the music, of course Andre knows music, but when I start busting out some old school music, even like Spice Girls and stuff like that. Even not saying that he couldn't listen to those things in Jamaica, but it just probably wasn't something that he would be worrying about. So he's kind of like, nope, don't know that song. So that's just a little difference. Also, some of his tendencies, when we first met each other, we used to bump heads a little bit. He believed that like the woman should wash the clothes only and all this stuff. And me being American, I'm like, nah, you can wash clothes too. If you have dirty clothes, you can wash them. Not saying I don't want to take care of my man, but I don't have a job. if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's our house, so we all going to do stuff. So now Andre is really good at that. You know, he might be like, oh, come on, let's do this, let's clean up, so I don't have no problems with that. He is very neat. He loves to cook for me, loves to cook for my family, which I can't complain about, because yes, I can cook, but he's a better cook. So I let him cook. So yeah. So, you know, he loves to cook. I think that is a Jamaican thing, because a lot of Jamaicans that I come in interaction with, even men, they love to cook. They are pretty tidy, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are pretty tidy. So I appreciate that. And, you know, one thing that I can say is big ups to Miss Marlene and also Andre's grandmother, because they have taught him to be very domesticated. His grandmom, you know, taught him how to cook just almost every little thing, and which I so appreciate her. R.I.P. to a wonderful woman. And, you know, I appreciate that she taught him his manners. She taught him, you know, simple things, just, you know, how to please a woman. So I appreciate that, as well as his mother, because that's my girl, that's my boo. So let me think what else, because I've been reading you guys comments, and, you know, someone said that I'm just like them. They're also married to a Jamaican, and they're wondering if Andre is as custom as I am with his culture as mine. So of course he lives in America, so he has to be somewhat custom just for his own self. But as far as food, because I said that he does cook, most of the time when he's cooking, he does cook Jamaican food, which I'm okay with, because I love Jamaican food. You know, every now and then when I do want to cook lasagna or spaghetti or something like that, you know, he eats it. But sometimes it is hit and miss, I'm not gonna lie. We honestly don't do a lot of fast food, and I think, you know, that's not just really an American thing, because of course they have fast food in all type of places, but he's not really particular, you know, not really into the fast food or nothing like that. But as far as the music, yeah, me and him be listening to our rap, listen to our dance hall, listen to our reggae. And, you know, also I think it's because of just the person that I am. I'm open to almost anything. You know, I don't like having a closed mind. I like to learn about things that I had no idea was in the world, just so I could open my brain and just, you know, I feel like knowledge is power, of course. And knowledge is also understanding. When you know more things, you understand more things. And I feel like you have the power to think outside the box. So that's why, you know, when I first met Andre, he was Jamaican. I couldn't understand nothing that he was saying. All I used to hear them at track practice is say, da 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 da, Tierra. And I'm like, was he talking about me? So I had to learn. And you know what's crazy? A lot of wives and girlfriends that's been with their Jamaican men for years come to me. It's like, how do you understand what they're saying? How do you know how to cook this? And does your children understand? And I just look at them like, how do you not understand? This is your husband. This is your boyfriend. Wouldn't you want him to be able to speak comfortably to you and for you to understand? Because I tell you, back, like I said, when I used to be at track practice and I used to hear my name, I was like, oh, no, I didn't know what's going on. And then when we used to date and everything, like maybe like the first 4 or 5 months, you know, of course, he still talked to me as an American. And sometimes he'll twang, and I understand some things, but I wasn't like clear to everything that he was saying. So I had to learn, like I said. So we used to get in arguments, and he'll just like be going off on me. And I'm like, Ian, you got a big head. Not knowing what he's saying, not knowing how to defend myself. So I just literally just became a little fly on the wall and just listen to his conversations when he's on the phone. When me and him's interacting, I used to tell him, just talk more patois to me so I can learn. And one day, I lied to you not, one day it just clicked. And I understood. And that's what I tell other people. You just got to take the time out to really want to learn and to really listen. And you'll understand. So yes, I do understand patois fully. As far as speaking it, I can say things that is patois, but it don't sound like a Jamaican. It's still very much American. I can't help my accent. But yeah, you know, I tell them like I want to learn how to cook the food because I love it. I want to be able to cook for myself. So why not? So yeah, I just think that's important, especially being in a relationship with someone that's not from the same background as you. Learning their way of um, dialect or language is very important, because if I was French and I would be with Andre, I'm not always going to want to twang and talk American to him or whatever. I'm going to talk French and he going to have to learn. So I feel like it goes vice versa. When you love someone, you're willing to do things to not only make them comfortable, but to just make your lives better. And I feel like me learning the culture, Jamaican culture, just makes it better. We go out together. I be tired at these parties that don't end till 6 o'clock in the morning, but I be there. I be right there, and I be enjoying myself, because it's what Jamaicans and what people do, and I'm still young myself, so why not go out and enjoy myself? And I love dancehall music. I love dancehall music. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little, chit chat on just how I feel about being with someone that's not from this country. Honestly, we have our good times, we have our bad times, we definitely bump heads, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that we get through it, we communicate, and we figure out how to compromise. My husband can be a little bullheaded as well as I, but at the end of the day, compromising is what gets us through all these years, because we've been together since 2008, and honestly, it's never been an easy road for us, not even just relationship wise, just financially, family, just situations that come up. But at the end of the day, we always put our heads together and we figure stuff out. So I hope you guys enjoyed my segment of how it is to be with someone from a different background. Andre's going to come and do his little half, and then we'll see you guys later.
So I go on with your subscribers. My wife going to fair take, now it's my turn. You understand what I deal with? Is a interesting contrast between, I say, the two of we, as far as the cultural aspect of, I say, even us coming together. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody supposed to know by now me a Jamaican, my wife are American. And I say it's a mixed cultural kind of element. You see what I deal with? Being with an American is something different, and quite honestly something that, as a Jamaican man, the way I am and just the way how my society kind of influenced my brought up and so forth. I have had to, of course, adjusted to, understanding, or even, of course, in a lot of cases, accepting the differences that, Americans expel, as far as just the way how they were brought up. Though, however, there are some American, whether it be female or just in general, where me, exemplify or, show similar characteristics of that of a Jamaican woman. You understand what I deal with? But I'm not gonna lie to you, still, for real and truly, my wife really is a different breed of woman, because I believe my wife honestly compliment me. I say, not just the fact that you're a Jamaican, but just her personality. I think that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. It really, the fact that we're from two different places plays a factor and plays a role, or, I say. But at the same time, I say, like, my wife compliment me because she's different from me. I say, me stayed that way, and she stayed the opposite of me. I feel like that kind of bring forth a sense of balance, especially for me personally. I say, a lot of times, me personally kind of were bumped because me not have my way, and that is something I notice about me. And me feel like it's a thing about the culture as a yard man. You see what I say? So enough of the ways them how we were taught stuff, or how we learn stuff, and them something that differ from just how Americans process things. You see what I say? Even sometimes how them approach a situation. You see me? It's very different. But my wife take a little while, before she just decides, say, yeah, hear me? I'm there with the youth, and I have to figure out what I say. Because when I just start dealing with my wife, back in 08, seeing, I just straight yard me attack and you see me not try curb nothing, change anything, not twang too much. Only sometime of course. But she get it raw. And especially when they around my fellow Jamaican friends them and all of that. You don't know say a straight yard and pato I go blaze up the place, you see me? So eventually my wife just there around me for so long because from me and her been together from the day we met. Yeah. and that's just how it is. You see what I say? And we met of course, I think we even spoke about this before. We met in St. Louis, Missouri in 2008. And to date, we're still together. We're married. Our 11 years that we've been together. And we've been married since 2010. You see what I say? What heap of things me learn from my woman as far as just how Americans move. You see what I say? She kind of help complement the other part of me. You see me? Because I think there are parts of us where we're not very much compatible. And I feel like there are way much more other areas in our relationship where I feel like say, yeah, we're definitely compatible. You see what I say? And that kind of help to perpetuate the longevity of the relationship, so to speak. You see me? As it relates to the aspect of like cooking and like daily chores and them something there. In every American home it differs. But based on my experience from my wife seems to have had kind of like a middle class, almost close to, well, more to say rich, but hard working class family. So say mommy and daddy are bust them ratted. And I make sure say them have the life where, where them prevent them from having an impoverished life. Therefore, my wife used to tell me, say, me used to get all $500-$600 allowance. When me a 16, me I get car. You see what I say? People, don't get me wrong, in our culture, them things they very much existed now. See? But based on just my background, I grew up in the ghetto. I don't really experience them kind of lifestyle I grew up as a youth. However, a youth my age, back in them time they probably could have said the same thing as an American. Or your average American home. You see what I did? Because no matter if you say true, she American, she did have all of these kind of things, You see what I say? Her mother and father work hard for them things. You see me? Always not their woman, all of them something. That's some wife grew up really. You see me? So fear we are growing up very different from just how, how me grew up. And I feel like say that within itself kinda, like create that differential factor between the two of us. You see me? And a lot of times we clash because of the fact say the way my culture influence my my way or outlook on the world at large are just particular scenarios or situations. It different from how my wife would have process it or look upon it. But eventually over the years what happen for just kind of like get used to each other's tendencies then. You see me? And the thing will kind of help to bring them things together, as it relates to understanding our tendencies. Yeah, we still argue, we still, fuss and fight and all of these things. But that normal. I feel like say, look at argument and look at disagreement normal because, again, there's so much, variables at play here. You see me I deal with? We come from a different culture, two different cultures, and just our way of life. You see me I say, even from the very norms, the values, and all of these things different. And in some ways, the morals them here in America kind of different, differs from, our morality in a Jamaica. You see me I deal with? Our sense of reasoning different. You see me? So all of them something are different, and sometimes me and my wife clash. But me not gonna lie to you. She provide that difference in my life. Like sometimes I always say, babes, I don't say it's hard to explain, but there's just something about you and I just, I love that presence about you. I love the around you. You see what I say? And you're different, you're loud and just, I say, like, you're you, and that I'm attracted to. You see what I say? You're not loud, you're not brawling, and you see me, you're just kind of gentle and tender touch kind of chick. You see me? I not like some wives there. You see me I say? And like I say, she gentle, tender touch, calm, you know me I say, smooth. She get mad of course and them something. Don't get me wrong, she a human. But it take her, you know, alright, put it that way. She the one who always want say, Wise, calm down. You know, calm down, Wise. You know what I say? And that just kind of help, kind of put a what I call it now, a extinguisher upon my fire where always seem for a blaze. You see me? I'ma feel like say, yo, I stay because I just how I grew up. So I say, I brawling and I snap and them look away them more time because I saw mommy, you see me kind of raise her youth them and me and my mother even talk about them thing and mother say, yo, you know, so I raise you in a particular way because of the fact say, yo, we never have no father figure, so I try to play both roles. And I don't want to know if you grow up, I never want to know if you grow up like no look a soft as man and them thing there for people walk over, you know. You see me? So at them look away they kind of influence how my mother deal with we, and of course it just kind of roll over into we. You know what I say? And you know, as far as me in particular, you see me, my wife never really decides that she gonna process them thing there and internalize it and then start, you know, do the same in a fair life. You see what I say? She decided that she see how her mother and father, you know what I say, did move and decided say, yo, me I go move different. And the different when she move different, she calm, she cool, she collective, she gorgeous. How you talk about, man? You see me? Yeah, man. I feel like my wife is a nice, sweet Pennsylvanian. You see me? And I that I love her. And I love how she athletic. Because I saw the meat and all of them things there. I admire her physicality. You see what I say? There's just something deep beneath the physical realm. Even when I love my wife. I honestly even think say, yo, this have to really do with nothing, no American or no nothing. It's a woman. And it happened that we have communication. You saw me I say I will find a way to communicate and interact. You saw me I deal with and the attraction that lingers in our atmosphere. You see me? So this is just kind of how me feel being with an American. Being with an American to me sometimes I feel like nothing. But as far as like perceptions and everything there, it differs. You see what I say? And we just have to know how to accept other people perception and viewpoint, which honestly are something still I work on. You see me, because you don't know me, I yard myself. You know, me quick forget a reaction. Where you go, there's something there. And then, you know, we quick for apply how we grow and how we know things as from Jamaica and them look or something there. You know what I say? And me not say necessarily right. You see me, but I just kind of how, you know what I say, some of the things them kind of bump heads. You see me? But it is a to me a work in progress, you know, being with an American. You know what I mean? It different because I know somebody will understand your culture and she probably can say the same thing to some time. You know what I say? And I believe say oh, she learn a lot from me as far as being exposed to another culture. You see me? And even the process of learning, teaching her was also something I kind of enjoy doing. You know, I say, I find myself in a position actually I teach somebody about my culture, my way of life. You know, I say our traditions, our norms, our values and all of that kind of stuff. I think it's amazing, you know what I mean? And, you know, with that, I see she just take it in piece by piece. You know what I say? And she accept it. She put different parts of my culture into different layers of her physicality and her internal as well. You see what I say? So, I don't know if this make any sense to people, but that I kind of just, this is just a little bit of my reasoning as far as just how, you know I say, how I feel being with my woman. It's a challenge sometimes because of the fact that you have a cultural barrier, you know I say. But despite the cultural barrier, we learn each other's culture. You know I say, I learn about Harrisburg and I learn about just Pennsylvania as a whole and I learn how my wife pray. You know I say, and also how my wife, you know I say, go about doing things. She do it differently and that's just who she is. She was, you know I say, influenced and raised by her culture. You see me? So, with that being said, people, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Wise Family 5. You see me I say we just are going a different you know me I say perspective into our family life and a little bit of the history. You see me? Please remember to hit the bell icon. You see me? Yeah, people. I'm out.